Hi and welcome back to the SCILL Unity SDK Quickstart tutorial. In the last video we took a look at the admin panel and how to set up our sample application. And in this video we're going to take a look at how to actually integrate the SDK into our Unity project using the package manager. So let's take a look at how to integrate the Unity SDK into your project. We will be using the package manager for this. So using window and then package manager. And then we'd like to add the package from Git URL. So we're currently planning to add the SCILL SDK to the asset store. So it's a little bit easier for you to download it. But for now, this is actually the best possibility to get the most up-to-date package. And as URL, we can take a look at the Github repository. So github.com/skillgame/skill-unity. And this is actually the URL you want to use. So in this repository, we have both access to the Unity package and also to the C# SDK that we're using in this package. So you have to watch out, and especially for this addition path equals unity minus package. So copy this link and use it to add the package from a Git URL. And we're going to wait while installing. An alternative would actually be to add the package from a file. So if you want to clone the repository, that's also possible. It's publicly accessible. So you could add package from disk, then navigate to the local folder and select the package.json file to add it from disk. Okay, but now we've added the SDK. Let's also import the samples. And there we go. Great. So now it's accessible here in the packages. Let's take a look at it. So basically under runtime and then prefabs, find a lot of necessary prefabs or base prefabs that have been created to make it easier for you to integrate SCILL onto your project. So the first step would be to just drop the SCILL manager into your hierarchy. The SCILL manager and the SCILL Battle Pass manager and the SCILL Personal Challenges manager are all singleton scripts which manage a lot of the setup and the interaction with the actual C# SDK for you. So they make your life a lot easier. In our case, we have to add an app ID, and also for testing options, we need to add an API key. Usually, you'd never want to add an API key to a client-side code because it could be potentially hacked and somebody could get access to your API key and then, for example, update any kind of challenge progress for any kind of user. So it's really important to keep your API key safe. And for example, you could use a custom backend, which generates the necessary access tokens for you. If you don't know how to do that, the documentation actually has a few great examples for you. And you could just use Cloud Functions to easily integrate those implementations for you. So we've got the SCILL documentation here, developers.skillgame.com. Under SDK's Unity SDK, you can find everything regarding the Unity SDK, or if you need help implementing a way to generate access tokens, you could take a look also into the authentication, API reference authentication page. Okay, back to Unity. So now that I've told you that you should never do that, for development purposes, I'm just going to add the API key here. So for testing purposes, it is okay. We can get the API key by going back to the admin panel, selecting the API keys here and just copying it from here. Insert it here. And we can also get the app ID by copying it from here. Perfect. We don't need to add any kind of user ID. If you want to change the user ID and test it for a certain user, you could also set it in here. Let's do it for now. If you don't select any user ID, it's just going to use a device unique identifier. And you can also see that for now, the session ID is also set to persistent. Okay, so let's stop here for now. The next video will be all about integrating personal challenges into your project to actually make them visually appear and get real-time updates also displayed in your project. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching and see you next time.